friends, welcome back to your story, Cocoliso. So yesterday you listened to the story, and today what you are going to do is read the story again, but this time take a closer look. We call it close read. So I'm going to move my little picture to up here so that you can see a little bit better. And then I'm going to show you a little trick that will help you kind of expand the screen a little bit. Sometimes it gets a little too small for me. So if you click this button that says hide image, it's right above my picture right here, right there, hide image. It will take away that image of the story. Oops, I just lost my picture. There, I found out how to get my picture back when I lose it. That's great. So what you're going to do today is those close readings. So you'll see over here, I'm clicking over here in these three tabs. This one says first read, this one says close read, and this one says reflect and share. I want you to go to the one that says close read. You might have to click it a couple of times before these three items pop up. Analyze characters, make inferences, and vocabulary and context. We are only going to do the items under Analyze Characters. So you are going to click on Analyze Characters, and it will drop down an entire list of things for you to do. Okay? But I'll tell you that in a little bit when you can stop. So we're going to listen to this here. And when you do this on your own, you can also listen. But we're going to listen to see what it says about analyzing characters. And then I'll lead you through the first few items so that you get the hang of it. All right, let's listen. Oh, it didn't work. I'll just read it to you. So you can press this button.
Readers can learn about characters by analyzing their motivations or reasons for acting as they do, and traits or qualities, actions, and appearance. Another way to understand characters is to analyze their relationships. Readers can also use illustrations to better understand characters' thoughts and feelings. 1. My turn.
Okay, you'll probably want to pause it right there unless you want to listen to all the directions, but it will keep going and reading through everything. So I'm going to read that part to you so that we can pause and do what it tells us to and then move on. Okay, so we know that we are analyzing characters. We are digging deep into the characters in this story to help us better understand what's going on. So number 1 here says, my turn. So this is where you know that you are going to be doing things. It says, complete these close read tasks for Cocoliso. Underline details that help you analyze characters in the story. So you will be underlining things that help you analyze. It will tell you what to underline here. Let's look at this first bullet point. It says, underline details in paragraphs 1 through 3 that help you explain the relationship between the characters of Alejandro and Poppy. So what you'll do after you read the directions right here, you'll go over to your book, and you will read through paragraphs 1 through 3, looking for details that you can underline that will help you explain the relationship between Alejandro and Poppy. So I'm going to read it for you, and then I'll show you where I found a place that tells me more about the relationship and helps me understand the relationship between Poppy and Alejandro. Here we go. Paragraph 1. Alejandro dreams of flying. He dreams of being an airplane pilot. But Alejandro lives in Cienega de Zapata, a swamp in western Cuba. The Cienega is far away from any city or town. We live so far from an airport, sighs Alejandro to Poppy. One day, Ali, says Poppy with a smile, using Alejandro's nickname. One day you will fly. So that was paragraphs 1 through 3. Now, once you're done reading them, you are going to be looking for evidence in the story that help you explain the relationship between the characters of Alejandro and Poppy. So I'll show you what I would maybe underline. I see in paragraphs 2 and 3 where Alejandro and Poppy are talking, It says, "We live so far from an airport," sighs Alejandro to Poppy. "One day, Ollie," says Poppy with a smile, using Alejandro's nickname. "One day you will fly." And I think that this whole part, I'm going to highlight it right here. So this is actually how you will underline. You'll highlight it all, and there will be this box that pops up. You can click underline, and you can even pick your color. It's really cool. So I'm going to pick green. And then you hit save. Okay? There it goes. And then once it has saved, you can click the X button. So I can see from these two paragraphs that Alejandro and Poppy have a close, caring relationship. When Alejandro tells Poppy, "We live so far away from an airport," he is sharing what troubles him with Poppy. I know I probably wouldn't talk about something that's troubling me with somebody I don't really know and really care about. It says, what I would say is that Poppy tries to make him feel better by saying, "One day you will fly," calling Alejandro by his nickname. And his nickname is Ollie, right? The fact that Poppy called Alejandro by his nickname kind of makes me understand that they're close. Usually I wouldn't call somebody by their nickname if I weren't really close with them or if I didn't talk to them a lot. So I think it's appropriate to underline all of this here because that dialogue or them talking back and forth helps me understand their relationship. Okay, let's go on to that second bullet point here. So we did the first bullet point. Let's go on to the second one. I'm right here. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Now it's at the very top. Not the very top, but right here. Underline details in paragraphs 4 through 8 that suggest how Alejandro gets along with his parents. Okay, so we're going to scroll down in our story to paragraphs 4 through 8, and we're going to read all of that. Mama and Poppy work together in the Cienega as park rangers. They often sit with Alejandro on their porch and watch the sunlight dance on the water. They listen to the hum of the insects and the sweet song of the birds. His parents teach Alejandro about the swamp. "We have 15 different kinds of mammals here," says Mama. "And the zunzuncito, the smallest bird in the world," says Poppy. "The Cienega is so amazing." "If I could fly," sighs Alejandro, "that would be amazing." Okay, and I'm going to stop reading right there because it said details in paragraphs 4 through 8. So what I'm looking to underline is parts in the story that suggest or that say how Alejandro gets along with his parents. So I think one part that really tells me how Alejandro gets along with his parents is this part right here. They often sit with Alejandro on their porch and watch the sunlight dance on the water. I'm going to highlight that and then click the underline button, and then you can pick your color. And then I'm going to hit save. And I'll explain to you why I picked that part. The detail about how Mommy and Poppy often sit with Alejandro on their porch tells me that the family spends a lot of time together. So they probably get along well with each other. I can infer that they probably do. Now, there's another part that I think is really telling of their relationship. It tells me about their relationship. And that is the part where it says, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. So this part right here, this says, his parents teach Alejandro about the swamp. I'm going to go ahead and underline that part, choose my color, click save. Because the part that says that his parents teach Alejandro about the swamp and have him watch the sunlight dance right above, that really tells me that I think his parents are trying to get him to like and appreciate where he lives, because we know he's kind of sad and he's kind of saying, "Oh, I wish we lived close to the airport." But it seems like to me his parents are trying to encourage him to love where he's living right now. So that kind of tells me a little bit more about their relationship. Okay, let's go on. And right here, the next one, I'm right here now on the third. Oh, are we on the? Yep, we're on the third. I clicked the wrong one at first, so hang on. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. We're right here. Underline details in paragraphs 13 through 16 that reveal what Mama and Papi have taught Alejandro. So we're looking for what they have taught Alejandro. Okay, so I know you're kind of skipping around in the book, but that's okay. You can go ahead and find, because you listened to it yesterday, you can find paragraph 17, which is right here. See these little numbers? Those will tell you what the paragraphs are. Oops, not 17. We're looking at 13. 13 through 17. So 13 is right here. And I'm going to read that to you. And I want you to be looking for details in these paragraphs that reveal what Mama and Papi have taught Alejandro. Okay, here we go. Where are you going? Asks Mama. To the crocodile clinic, he answers, to see the doctor. Okay, but don't take any shortcuts. Take the safe way, please, Papi warns. Alejandro has learned a lot from Mama and Papi. He knows the sound of the crocodiles and the song of the Ferminias. He knows the shadow of a long-tailed hawk from the shadow of a whistling duck. He knows how to stay safe. I know, says Alejandro, and he puts on his Yari hat and heads down the path. So, if you were looking for details that tell you what Mama and Papi have taught Alejandro, I found something right here in paragraph 16. So it says right here, he knows the sound of the crocodiles and the song of the Ferminias. I think that's how you say that word. Ferminias, maybe. He knows the shadow of a long-tailed hawk from the shadow of a whistling duck. He knows how to stay safe. I'm going to go ahead and underline that. I'm going to change my color to green and hit the save button. So I think that his parents taught him many things to keep him safe, probably, because he probably has to go around in the swamp by himself a lot. And his parents are very knowledgeable about the swamp. They are park rangers after all, and they share that knowledge with him. These details show me even more so that Alejandro has a really close relationship with his parents. Okay, so it's time for you to try on your own now. I would like you to finish the rest of these bullet points. So we did up until this one. So you have 1, 2, 3 left to go. When you finish with those 3, and you get to this that says number 2, text evidence, that's where you can stop, because it's going to have you do some other things. But for today, we're only going to do the underlines. Okay, we're going to focus just on the underlines. In the future, when we get better at using the ebook and we get more efficient with it, we will start doing more. But for now, I only want you to do the underlines, and you're going to try it yourself. Now, I do want you to go back and do the ones that we did together, because by doing them over again by yourself, that will help you better understand how to do the rest of them by yourself. Okay, so if you need to come back to this video and look to see what I did, that's totally fine. You can do that. You can keep it in another tab on your computer. And if you find some other details that you could underline, by all means, you can definitely underline other details that you find that are different from mine. All right, my friends, your turn to go on your own with this. Have fun underlining. Remember that all you have to do is click and drag. Click like this, click and drag, okay? And then once you let go, that box pops up, and then you're going to want to click underline, pick your color, and then click save. If you need to delete an underline, let me see if I can figure this out. You click on it, and then, okay, it's really hard to see on this one because my little thing is in the way here. Let's try this one. Okay, so you click on it, and then see this little trash can that says delete? You can delete, And it says, are you sure you want to delete? Yes, you can delete your underline if you do it on accident and you didn't mean to underline that part. Okay, so play around with it, try the underlining, and make sure you do all of the bullet points that say underline, okay? All right, your turn. Have a great day, guys.